to episode 5 for season 4 of Kicking It Classic with JCD. As always, I am your host, John JCD DiMaselli. You can check out me on Twitter at JDSI121976. You can follow the show at KITCWJCD. You can follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Kicking It Classic with JCD. And you can even email the show at kickingitclassicwithjcd@yahoo.com. So, for those who have stuck through what appears to be marathon, that was season 4, I decided to scrap the last couple episodes of season 4, and instead with Royal Rumble week upon us, I'm going to do a couple episodes this week looking at past Royal Rumbles, especially, two that I was at live personally. And I know everyone talks about 92, and 92 is great, 92 is the GOAT, except for the ending. And, the more I think about it, the more the ending really pisses me off, because you had a chance to really make Sid the guy. I mean, it's almost better off that they didn't with everything that happened. He was gone like 3 months later. But they really botched up that ending just to protect Hogan. It was really stupid, but, 92, short of that, 92 is probably the GOAT. 01 is good. 20 is great, despite what a lot of people think, just because it didn't go the way they wanted it. But, God damn it, I'm so mad, I'm going to yell, I'm going to scream, I'm going to go fuck my cat. But the two shows, well, the first show I'm going to touch is actually 2008. And that took place at Madison Square Garden. And, man, that's such an underrated show. The show kicks off with Ric Flair versus MVP with the hanging stipulation that if Ric Flair loses another match, he would have to retire. Flair obviously defeats MVP. The next match up was Chris Jericho against JBL, with the story being that JBL got up from the commentary booth at Armageddon at the end of 2007 when Jericho was challenging Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. So I think they had a bull rope match or something, and Jericho beats JBL. Then there was this Funky Santino, Maria Kanellis, and Playboy, Ashley Mazzaro around. There was a Subway tie-in. It was just, okay, whatever. Then you had the 2 world title matches, and I'm telling you, they were really good. Edge Rey Mysterio never disappoints, and that match was good. And it was also pretty awesome because Edge had Madison Square Garden behind him. Despite the fact that he was, the typical scumbag heel, Edge had the Garden with him. In 2008, Edge was hot, man. And then the next title match, and man, if there was ever a time that Madison Square Garden, I've been to Madison Square Garden for a shit ton of shows, including WrestleMania 20. If there was ever a time that Madison Square Garden was hot for a title change, it was this match with Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy had won the number 1 contender match kind of out of nowhere, and they were really running this angle good. There was that big spot where Hardy went off the Titantron and put Orton through, I think, the stage. Orton had, quote-unquote, re-injured Matt Hardy. Hardy wasn't ready to come back yet, but they used that to get some heat on Orton. It was really well done. The match was really good. Went back and forth. Of course, Orton hits the RKO clean and pins Hardy. But, I mean, if Hardy didn't be basically Jeff Hardy and do Jeff Hardy things, that was going to be the catapult for Jeff Hardy becoming a main event guy. That brings us to the Royal Rumble match. And there are 2 things with this Rumble match that get forgotten, obviously, because of the way it ended. Number 1 was the story that Triple H basically had to fight and claw his way into the match, with the story being that if Triple H wanted a shot at Randy Orton, the WWF title, he was going to have to defend his spot being in the Rumble. And then the story was basically he's going to win the Rumble and face Orton at WrestleMania 24. The other story going into that show, which a lot of people forget, is it was known pretty far in advance that Big Show had re-signed with WWE. And everyone expected him to be number 30, that he was going to be the final obstacle for Triple H to win the Rumble. That Big Show was going to come out, and he was going to be in the Rumble, and he was going to be back. So we get to the Rumble, and I can't remember any other time they've done this, although they have the chance to do it this year with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. But they had the last two guys from the Rumble the year before, which was Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, which is another great Rumble, especially with that ending. That ending sequence between Michaels and Taker was just amazing. Actually start 1 and 2. And that's great. They have a good segment. And then guys are coming in left and right. I want to say around 15, 16, Jimmy Snuka comes out as quote-unquote the Legend Surprise. This is before like who the mystery participants are going to be. WWE every now and then had popped a name or two here and there, but it wasn't a big part of the Rumble yet. But the fact that they had gotten Snuka in, and then 2 people later, here comes Roddy Piper. And let me tell you something. The Garden came unglued for that. The Garden loved that. You know, I know people that will shit on it. Oh, you know, we don't ain't too much on Legends. You know, fuck off. That was a great spot. Triple H comes out late, and okay, here we go. Triple H is doing his thing. Umaga's in there. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker actually eliminate themselves. Let me rewind a little bit. Shawn Michaels eliminates The Undertaker with a super kick, and then I want to say Mr. Kennedy eliminates Shawn Michaels. And there's a great scene where Taker's on his feet, because they did the thing where Michaels super kicks Taker. Taker does the upside down over the rope but lands on his feet, and Kennedy throws Michaels over the top, and Michaels is face down on the ground. And as Michaels is getting up, like, he just sees the feet, the ankles, the legs of Taker. Taker standing over him, looking down on him. And that was really, you know, the second big tease. Obviously, 07 made everyone realize they wanted the match, and then there was that, and it was like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's see when we get this match. So then, yeah, Triple H comes out. He's doing his thing, you know, Umaga, Mark Henry, CM Punk. I want to say Ray, I think, was in. So we come to number 30. And as the big countdown's coming on the wall, if you go back and you watch that, at some point during that countdown, you can even hear somebody yell, Big Show. But man, that wasn't meant to be. Man, when John Cena's music hit, and this was 2008, when people hated Cena, let me tell you something. The Garden, myself included, went fucking ape shit. Cena comes in, him and Triple H are clearing house, and it's down to him and Triple H, and it's like, okay, you still don't know where they're going, because it's like, wait, well, we've been building to Triple H Orton the entire time, but, you know, Cena never got his rematch against Orton, you know, where are we going here? And Cena wins the Rumble. That was awesome. Unfortunately, everything else that followed was not. Cena turns around and says he's not waiting for WrestleMania for his shot. He wants the match at No Way Out, which ends in a DQ, which then leads to a triple threat, which Orton actually wins, and ironically enough, pins Cena, I believe. And it was just weird. Cena actually went on a weird run after that, losing to everybody in sight. He lost to JBL, he lost to Batista. I forget what he did even at the April pay-per-view. Did they? I forget who he did. Yeah, that's how. Because I know, I don't even know what Cena did in 08. It was weird. Yeah. Anyway, that's how bad Cena's run was until he got hurt shortly after the SummerSlam match with Batista. But I gotta tell you, 2008 Royal Rumble, being there live was just amazing. We've got 5 days until the Rumble. Go check it out. Probably middle of this week, Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to do a recap of the 2000 Royal Rumble, which I was at, which you want to talk about rumors and so-and-so supposed to be in the Rumble match and all plans must have changed at the last minute. We will talk about the 2000 Rumble match. Again, I am John JCD Dinicelli. Thanks for listening.